So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again, and I'd just like to lay it all out. No diddy, pause. That Chelsea, Man United, and top Spurs are scary, scintillating, dangerous, world class, champions elect. Back him, back Ten Hag, back Pochettino. He's only in phase one. He's already got to two finals. Back Ten Hag, he's got to three finals in 2 years. He's only in phase two. What scintillating champions elect they are. And not only that, Big Ange, kangaroos in sauce down at the Spurnabout. Yeah, let's just be real with it. He's in phase one, guys. Funny how these wankers all have different standards for their own clubs and different for mine, isn't it? Anyway, on that basis, we're going to move forward before I carry on and rip the shit out of them all. Leave my football club alone. I keep telling you this. Stop lying to the public, hijo de puta. Anyway, gents, happy Monday, my friends. We're looking forward to United tonight away to Palace. We don't really give a shit who wins either way, do we? Let's just be real with it. Although it would be funny if Palace won. How's your Monday going, mate?
All good. Yeah, nice bank holiday Monday. Pissing with rain as usual. There you go. So, great. You know
what I mean? There, mate.
No change there, mate. You know, this is Britain. Good weekend of football. Good result for the arse. And all the mutants were out and about last night on shows. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Old Uncle Jez has upset people. There you go. What can you?
It's what it is. Listen, Matty, big up, man. Appreciate you coming on. I know it's semi-early. That's what, morning time there, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 11 a.m.
How are you, man? How's your Monday going? How's your Monday started, bro?
Good, man. I get a chance to see you fellas. The first thing I do this morning, get a sandwich, chat up with the boys, man. You know, hey, this is good.
I thought you would have been up recording a Spurs, Man U, and Chelsea are dangerous video and scary, and nobody can win until Pep leaves, and it's like 6th, 4th, 5th, 8th, 10th for all achievements because Pep's cornered the market. I thought you would have been doing that, mate.
No. Last night I recorded why the hell we're finishing in second place again this year. It wasn't done for next year. That's out on the channel if you want to go check that out after this. But we're here, man. We're here.
Nah, come on, big up. Kenny will be joining us. Well, I'm hoping he will be joining us. I don't think he's seen the text about bringing it forward. But listen, big up to everyone locked in. Smash these likes up. And excuse me. And we obviously won at the weekend. It wasn't the greatest game of football, but it don't really matter. We got the points on the board. Obviously, all the usual suspects were out declaring Arsenal were unstoppable champions. It was a champions winning weekend. I'm not quite sure whether we got a trophy at the weekend, lads, but I ain't seen one. I know Ipswich Town got one for finishing second. So I don't know whether, if Man City win, we get one for doing back-to-back seconds. I mean, it is an achievement. Apparently, we're scary and world-class. This world-class team couldn't beat Fulham over 2 games. Couldn't beat Newcastle away. Couldn't beat Villa home and away. Couldn't beat Lens away. Couldn't beat Bayern Munich home or away. And we're currently sat here hoping for snookers. Not really world class, is it, Jez?
Not really. No. You can't make it up, can you? Really? I've had people telling me, "Oh, well, you just got to, be happy that we competed." Oh, great! Yeah, love it. We competed for what? To come second again. That is not, to me, actually worth jack shit. Sorry. I actually watch football and I watch Arsenal to win things. That's what we're supposed to do. And I'm fed up, as you said, Lee, with these little mutants out there from other clubs. Or be happy. Be happy because you've competed. You can't compete against Man City. You can't compete against Pep, because he's the best manager out there and you can't compete against their money. Bollocks. We've done it.
I'm glad you brought that up, actually, Jez, because I'm going to dispel that myth real quick. And I forgot to do this on the show yesterday. But I'm glad you've mentioned about money because Sky Sports, the Mutant channel, Mutant Sky Sports, big 6 major trophies since Jurgen Klopp's appointment. It also tells you the net spend. So since Jurgen, they're doing it for Kloppy. Since Jurgen rocked up 9 years ago, Manchester City have won 15 major trophies, 5 Premier League titles, spent 630 million net Liverpool, my late mates, they've done 7 major trophies, 1 Prem, 346 million. So 180 million less than City, half the trophies and less. Chelsea, proper Chelsea, 6 major honours, 1 Prem, 1 billion spent net. And United, 4 major honours, no Prems, 1 billion spent. Now, this is what's kind of funny, because apparently we can't compete with Man City. Yet in the last 9 years, since Klopp turned up, Arsenal, 2 major honours, they're both FA Cups, 0 Prems, and we've done 72 million quid net more than Manchester City. So why is there such a, we can't compete with Pep? Well, because we're doing the dough. Tottenham, just to throw Tottenham in there, top Spurs, 0 major trophies, 0 Prems, and done 60 million less than Man City net, 132 million net less than us. So where's this myth come from, lads? Because I don't really understand it. We spent more than Man City and have done for a while now. And we're happy with second, apparently, according to our fan base. I don't really get it. Makes no sense to me whatsoever.
Maybe it's the manager league. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. You know, if you have a top flight manager that actually can achieve, you tend to win things, in my opinion. And also, you don't buy crap players. I wonder where that actually comes back to. Maybe the management base, and we had a shit manager. There you go.
Yeah, you know what it is. You know what it is. It's deflection. I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's deflection. And I kind of danced around it last night on my podcast. This fan base, they're trying to soothe themselves from the pain of what happened last year. That last year we were total control. This year we have no control, and so now everyone's going around trying to make second place this big deal. You know, the only place that second through 6 that matters is in the championship. That's the only place where it matters. Actually, third through 6, I think it is in the chat. 3rd through 7th or whatever in the championship. That's the only place it matters. Here, it's about success. We have sat here and looked year after year after year after year after year. Every trophy, City's name is on it. City's name is on it. City's name is on it. You look over at Liverpool. He got his 1 trophy. Bad as United been, they still been in cup finals. They've been in cup finals across the board, just about in Europe, out of Europe, FA Cup. You know, they've been all over the place. When you look at us, we just floundering, just lollygagging and floundering. And we've got a fan base that is trying to spin the pain. Because see, when someone is really hurting, they act out. If you ever notice, when a child wants to go to bed, they act out. They throw a tantrum. They just get irrational. And that's what our fan base is doing, because the door is closing. Whether people want to admit it or not, there's no guarantee we're going to be sitting here competing for anything next year. There's no guarantee. There's no guarantee the year after that we're going to be competing. Let me throw another bone out there. There's no guarantee this manager's going to want the job in 2 years. He may say, you know what? I'm done with it. I'm out. And what are you going to say then? What are the fans going to say then? Because the reality is set in here. We have squandered 2 opportunities to win a title. We have squandered 4 years of trying to put something on the trophy shelf. And now people are looking around trying to figure out what's going on. As for these Spurs fans and everybody else that's trying to tell us to how to run the club, man, just, you know, y'all just need to stay in your lane. Because after what I saw yesterday, I know Spurs fans don't need to be talking about anything. They don't need to be talking about anything. Nothing. Zero. Zilch. Manchester United fans, if you keep this manager another year, y'all are going to be looking like Chelsea was early this year. As for us, if we don't go out and buy some world-class players, we slipping back next year. And I'm just calling it like it is, because these are the same players, Lee, Jez, and Kenny, that we have sat here up under this manager 4 years, and we are still circling around the same circle, doing the same old thing. And when you do the same old thing and you expect the same results, what do they call that? They call that insanity.
Absolute facts. Absolute facts. Listen, smash these likes up. There's 520 inside and there's only 115 likes. I'll have all the lads' links in the chat in a second. But also, Kenny, how's your bank holiday Monday going, mate? How are you?
I'll tell you what, if it didn't go too right, I went for a run and I missed, and I was sorry I missed your message that you want to beat it forward. So I apologise for my.
No, that's all right, mate. You were out running.
One thing said it's been a good weekend. Because the weekend started off well at 2:20 when we won, but reality kicked in when when Man City won with that performance, and obviously you've seen Spurs lose. But I heard all of Matty's points, and you're completely right. There are a lot of people who have been very, very critical of all of us and all of the fans who demanded success. And what I would say is that thank God for this platform, because I won't tire saying it. I was at a match and I got mobbed by a lot of people who watched this channel. And the reason why I got mobbed and why I got why people came up to me with warmth is there has to be room for all sorts of opinion. You can't have a situation where you just have channels who are backing the manager and happy with the way things are and saying, oh, unlucky, we haven't won anything. Maybe next time that the process is still ongoing and we're not there yet. That's fine. But there has to be room for other fans who say, no, I want to win now. There has to be room for other fans who think, right, who represents me? AFTV don't represent me. The other channels don't represent me. The ones who want to be journalists, they look down on me and think I'm an inconvenience. Or they're like Shaban Ahern, who say that I'm a beer-swilling, pizza-eating oif who hates money. That's how a lot of the fans are saying.
Tell them to all go and fuck off. Tell them that. Tell them piss off.
Well,
we have to give them some discipline, yeah?
Exactly. But this platform, finally, we've got a platform that represents fans who have been going for a long time, who want some representation, who don't think that they should be ashamed for being going to Arsenal for 40 years. They shouldn't be ashamed for for feeling that they're not young enough and hip enough and they don't know any of the local slang colloquialisms. This is for them. And I speak, and we're more than happy to represent them as long as we keep going, and nothing's going to stop us, nothing's going to silence us. And I'll say right now, people like your Goldbridges and all these other people on the kickoff and everything, you're not Arsenal fans. You have no business getting in our business. I know for a fact, I've seen all you guys when your teams are in your pomp. You wouldn't accept this kind of results. You would question the manager. Man City fans, the guy from Bristol, who I don't know where he's
got. With a Grand Tetas, yeah, that fact.
Yeah. So I don't understand where they come from. But what I will say is that if you want to sell Mikel's a vision, it has to be with a trophy. If we don't win a trophy next season, we'll deal with that after May the 19th. I'm sure he will. But the fact is that if what I think is going to happen happens, it's 30 years without winning in Europe. It'll be 20 years without winning the league and 4 years without a trophy. That's unacceptable for a club of our size. I don't care whether you're in a process or not. You have to challenge on all fronts. If you say, we did our best, well, whose fault is it? Who picked the squad? Who picked a squad where you only have 11 players you can trust? If you had a proper squad, you could challenge on all fronts. You could actually, when you're in difficulties in certain games like Villa at home and away, and Bayern Munich games, you could actually have some quality to come to the bench to see if they can change it. That's down to the manager and down to his spending. Yeah. So when I go up to people and say I want certain players sold, I say it because I know they can fetch more money to get us a bigger squad. So when I say I want Martinelli's sold because I think that his levels have gone down and I think there's better out there, it's because I want Arsenal to do well. When I say I want Jesus sold and Zinchenko sold, it's because I want Arsenal to do well. Because I'll say it once and say it 1,000 times. They haven't brought me success.
No.
They may have brought City success, but they haven't brought me success. Unless you're Ian Brady, you're not Ian Brady, you're not Thierry Henry, you're not Rupert Perez, you're not Dennis Bergkamp, you're not Tony Adams, you're not Vieira, you're not Petit. You're not on that level. So disaffiliation to these players, I'm sorry, I'm not buying it. Let's, at the end of the season, make some sacrifices. Do what the best teams do, 2 in, 2 out. Bar when you're strong. So, for instance, I think it's completely mind-boggling madness to give Jorginho a new contract. Why? He's not. Is he? He's not going to be here in another 5 years. So why are you giving him a new contract? I know he's been a good servant to us, but I want to compete at all fronts.
Kenny, you said, sorry to cut you off. You say he's been a good servant to us. He's been a good servant and getting paid handsomely to be a good servant.
And that's
he's going to be a good servant because he's getting paid a fortune.
But that's the thing. You've got to move it forward. You've got to get better players, as Matty says. Yeah. And it's not even like a debating tool. It's a fact. Get the best players, and that way you'll be able to compete. Because I'll tell you one thing now. What we've seen in the last couple of years, or what we've seen since 2018, you can't afford to drop a point. A draw is catastrophic. Now, people are going to say, oh, yeah, we've had a great season, second half of the season. Our last games, we've only lost once, drawn once, we won all our games. What you lot are complaining about? What I'm complaining about is you knew this, you know how this game is played. You saw the like I said, the movie in 2019, and you saw that its sequel in 2022. Liverpool were on Man City's trials. Liverpool got 92 points in 2022. They still lost the league because Man City kept on winning. In 2019, they got 97 points, but City got 98 and won the league. The year before, the City got 100 points. So we know the situation, which means you can't have players like your Jorginhos, your Annenis, or your Smith Rowe's, or your Martinelli off form. You've got to get the best of the best. And I know it probably ain't a guarantee, but it's a step in the right direction. That's the thing with you people. When you say, if we want to change managers, we want to get back better players. Who is out there? Who's out there replacing them? I say, well, how about taking a step in the right direction and actually making an effort to improve what's already there? Yes, you've got foundations, but foundations don't bring me success.
Absolute facts, yeah. And let me say this as well, right? Because I've seen a lot of this. Yeah, after the banter this morning, I went through my TikTok comments. Jesus Christ, them people must be the most off-key people that roam the earth. Like, I thought Twitter was bad. Jesus Christ, that is Twitter on crack. Like, honestly. But let me say this, yeah. None of the people that I see in the comments saying, yeah, but Klopp's walking away with only one Prem in 9 years. Well, how comes you, EO Deputa, were telling us then it took Klopp 4 years then? Why was you backing that for 4 years then? Oh, but it took Klopp 4 years. It took Klopp 4 years. I think these idiots have forgot, yeah. Yes, he only won one Premier League in 9 years. Right? But he's also won a Champions League. He's also won a Club World Cup, a Club Super Cup. Yeah, he's also won the League Cup twice, and he's won an FA Cup. I think he's won 7 trophies or 8 trophies since he's been there. So, yes, whilst he has only won one Premier League, that never stopped him winning other cups, did it? Whereas with us, it's Premier League or bust.
Yeah.
Which it is every year. Yeah. He won the FA Cup. Well done. Put that in the cupboard. Now, fast forward 5 FA Cups later, what's he done? If he don't win the league, I do not give 2 flying fucks what any of these people say, whether you support Tottenham, whether you support Chelsea, Liverpool. I see loads of Liverpool on the TikTok. Yeah, Man United. I couldn't care less. Yeah, what you think. Stick to your own club. I see these Tottenham fans all in meltdown about their manager. Why? He's in phase 1. Yeah. In fact, I'm actually going to start making videos on my other channel about your clubs just because I can. Yeah, you want to play that game? Cool. I'll play the game even better, and I've got more traction. Yeah, real talk. We can play that game if you want. Yeah, we must try. You must back Ange. It took Arteta 4 years. It took Klopp 4 years. Should we play that game? You must back Poch. Yeah, because I see Chelsea fans say, "Oh, we'd love him down the Chelsea." No, you wouldn't. Stop lying.
They wouldn't tolerate that. They wouldn't tolerate that, Lee. And I know what you doing.
Chelsea won him out already.
I was like, this what I'm saying. There's no way with Chelsea standards that they would tolerate that. There's no way. They ran Jose Mourinho out of Spurs. They won a damn trophy. A day before playing.
And Conte.
Because of the man. Conte. I keep forgetting about him. He was there. Yeah, he was there too. And then let's not go down Liverpool's roster. You know, when they were going through managers. You had Redknapp over there. You had all them over there trying to get them over the line.
Roy Hodgson.
Roy Hodgson. That's what I'm thinking about. They went and got him, and then
he came back for a stint, didn't he?
Yeah. And then let's just keep it real. Can I keep it real, y'all? We keep it real here. Can I drop the hammer? What were y'all hearing at the beginning part of the year about Jurgen Klopp? What were y'all hearing? Y'all hear the folks they grumblings. Oh, hey, we might, if we don't get it together, he's gonna have to, it's time to move on, And then now all of a sudden it's flipped. See, they want us to accept foolishness because we're just whipping boy. Oh, yeah, let's give them a hand me down. Just give them a hand, whatever falls to the ground. Just give it to them. They'll be satisfied. They'll take that. They know damn well this is out of order. A club of this statue up here. 20, like Ken said, 20 years hadn't sniffed a trophy. Then come out with a range this year talking about invincible. Then you got 30 years, no European trophy. Then you get into it this year, you don't have a squad good enough to compete. And I proved that point. We proved that point. We played Bayern Munich. Did you see Bayern Munich last week when up against Real Madrid? And that's the two teams there. Oh yeah, we ready for this. And you look over at these teams and we ill prepared. And people want us to just keep going through this same vicious cycle. Over and over and over and over. 4 years of the same mess. 4 years of the same garbage. And I'm supposed to just keep putting up with it. From what people paying they're paying the highest ticket prices in the land. Folks barely put food on the table and they raising ticket prices. And then people want to keep going through this over and over again. Something's got to give next year.
The thing is as well, sorry to cut you off, lads, but the thing is as well, if you go back to the start of the season, Kenny, you'll know this more so because you were at games as well, right? There's people that want to be journalists and so on and so forth. Oh, yeah, this is the season. He has to win something this season.
Fan base is full of them. The fan base, the new YouTubers are far removed from being Arsenal fans. And they know it. And I have no problem saying it. I'm not attacking them. I'm just saying that I'm just saying, do what you've got to do. You have to put food on the table. You have to fulfill your ambitions. And right now, it's easier to be a footy journalist where you don't have to go to journalism school. You have to put yourself out there. The biggest audition is
suck off Arsenal on the internet, and you're guaranteed to grow.
But your biggest audition is your profile, is your YouTube accounts, is your blogs, whatever you want to call it. That is your profile. And all I'm saying, fine, but there has to be room for every fan. Every fan.
I don't worry, we'll just barge our way through. Trust me, and I'll bring
that's the whole situation. The fact is, we went on Twitter yesterday. If you go through Twitter and all of social media now, there is the optimism that we saw after we beat Bournemouth 3-0 has now evaporated. It evaporated at 7:30 on Saturday when Man City beat Wolves 5-1. It further evaporated at 4 o'clock when West Ham got beaten 5-0 by Chelsea. And then the final, like I said, deluge of pessimism came with the Spurs result. So the realization is now that none of these teams that we want to help us are going to help us because they can't. The next one we're going to pin our hopes on is going to be Fulham. Now, if Fulham get fresh, like I think they will, because Man City are in business.
They're slapping everyone. Man City are not dropping a single point. They beat all the teams comfy.
But that's the thing, Lee. You're going to find that the Man United game is going to be one of the worst atmospheres ever. You're going to have Man United fans who are going to say, "Oh, we've got the FA Cup to look forward to. Who cares? It's our last game of the season. Let's not get any injuries and let's just do what we got to do." And you have Arsenal fans thinking, "What's the point? We might win today, but they're going to beat Spurs." And I think that's the situation. But the fact is that they're all saying the same things, but you're going to go and see different channels where Arsenal fans are going to be attacked like us for being pessimistic. Yet the majority have already thrown a towel in and now thinking about next season. This show is basically about next season. Well, how are we going to prove things? We all accept that Mikel Arteta is going to be the manager next year. We don't want him to be. We all accept it. So what we're going to do is that what we're left reduced to is to hold him by account. It's to monitor every incoming and outgoing. And I'm telling you now, FFP is going to be a consideration. If you think that £200 million is enough, don't buy into it, because right now, if they only give us £200 million to spend, you're going to see the same players that you've seen before. You're going to see Nelly in the squad. You're going to see Cedric in the squad, and don't be surprised if you see Eddie. And then you'll have people saying, "Why? Well, we've got a great squad because we kept Jorginho and Martinelli." No, sorry, not Jorginho, Jesus and Martinelli. No, full well that if we sold them, we could replace them with at least 2 or 3 quality players. The same as Smith Rowe, but they don't want that because they're attached to players who, by the way, have not brought up me success. They haven't brought me success.
Not
But
one.
I've got to be loyal to these players who've done nothing for me. Perez brought me success.
Kenny, everyone was saying, everyone was on the same page for the first time in a long, long time. Yeah, right. Every single person, pretty much, that I see online, Arteta has to win something this season. He has to win something this season. They all said it at the start of the season.
Yeah, sure did.
Yeah,
Fact.
everywhere we went, everywhere we turned, every tweet, everything. No, this is the season he has to win something.
I mean, they were saying 2 trophies. I heard people saying 2 trophies. Yeah,
and this is the thing. If he doesn't win anything, what's changed then, lads? Because we haven't, because we've said he has to win something. We're sticking with that, or sack him. So these people, again, it's the journey. Oh, look at me. Oh, look.
Lee, it's basically the stats and the data. You have one guy, you know, one guy I know I've like a lot, and you like him deep down, even though he's very stubborn. He came out with a data of Arteta, you know, the quickest 100 games, right? He got that from one of the biggest users in YouTube, a little wannabe journalist who hardly ever goes to games, but he thinks he's Alan Hansen with his Twitter accounts by talking about how we play and everything, and people actually read it. It's so boring. It's basically written by a robot. But good luck, the guy. Good luck with him. But the fact is, that is what they're going to use. They go, Arsenal. You know, Declan Rice has been valued for money. We've got we like I said, we consider less goals. Arteta, he's one of the he's the only manager who's got to 100, who's won 100 games and 169 points. The only managers above him are Klopp, blah, 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 blah. They're going to use that success. But then again, you'll shut them up by saying, well, hang on here. Klopp won the league, Pep won the league, Mourinho won the league, and Sir Alex won the league, and Wenger won the league. All those managers that they compare Mikel to all won the league. And I'm sorry, what's different? The fact is that the process stopped. You know when the process stopped? Is when we beat Chelsea in that pre-season game 4-0. When we all knew that we were going to compete for the title. All this rubbish that last season title challenge was unexpected. Rubbish. We smashed Chelsea. We smashed Sevilla. All of a sudden, everyone was rushing to buy the season tickets because they knew something was going on there. And it happened. So don't you dare say that us challenging for the title in 2023 was unexpected. You liars. You absolute liars.
And if that was unexpected, then why the fuck were they trusting saying they weren't going to come to fruition?
That's the thing. They're lying. It was expected because
this is what we do. This is why they hate people like us, because we call out their fraudulence on a daily basis.
The reason why we're calling out their fraudulence is because they're trying to silence us. If they're not trying to silence, we won't be wasting their time even mentioning their names. They're trying to silence us because it's not because like they think we're talking rubbish. It's because people are listening to us now. People now got a platform where it's okay to be 50 and support Arsenal. It's okay not to be able to have a mobile phone. It's okay to be watching us for 40 years, and it's okay not to know about local colloquialisms and use, local, slang and still support Arsenal. It's okay. We say it's okay. For these other channels, you have to be measured in your output. You have to be free thinking, and you have to be young. Here, it's fine.
Yeah.
The thing is, Kenny, how long do you accept failure?
How long?
Well, they won't accept failure for too long. I can tell you now, they will not accept. They will not. What will happen is, I can promise you, next season the tide will turn. The reason why the tide will turn because we expect some sort of sanctions towards Man City, in one way or another, which means they could, start off on the back foot where we'll get a big lead. So what will happen is that if we're not challenging all fronts, then they're going to ask questions. Remember, you've got Liverpool, a Klopp-less Liverpool. The new manager coming in Slot. They're probably going to think they're going to see off this challenge. Then you've got Spurs in transition. Their expectations are going to be very high. Third time lucky for Arsenal. Arsenal win the league. Everyone's going to make us the favourites, I think, next season, pending any sort of charges Man City may face and any sanctions that may be placed on them, plus other clubs are in transition and the Man United still a mess. But if we fall short next season, I think the tide will turn, Jess. I'm convinced of it.
It's turning out, Kenny. I was out at the fields yesterday playing, and I got a couple of my buddies out there that's Arsenal fans as well. And afterwards, they came over. We were all talking, and I had two come to me and said, "It's a disgrace where we at right now. Is it because of the money that was spent? People know right from wrong, man. This is like Lee says all the time. This is a charade people are playing. You're just driving up numbers and views and want put a line in pocketbooks. People know that with the money that we spent, almost $1 billion, $1 billion. And we're sitting here second place, fifth, and eighth. And then they say we have to ask ourselves, do we trust these people in the transfer window? Look at the just look at they have a track record. Just look at the track record of transfer. Leave Declan Rice out of it. Because they had to go do that. Because Xhaka was leaving. So let's leave that out of there. And look at the transfers that this regime has brought in. And you look at everybody else that's going to be in the transfer market this summer. Because I keep trying to tell people, AC Milan they fired their manager. So what does that mean? They're going to be in the transfer market. Juventus is going to be back in the transfer market. Bayern Munich is going to be back in the transfer market. Barcelona is going to be in the transfer market. Real Madrid is going to be in the transfer market. Liverpool, Tottenham, Newcastle, Aston Villa, they're all going to be in the transfer market. Whatever top player that's out there, everybody's going to be going for that top player. And what are we going to be doing? Re-signing re-signing Jorginho.
Window where they go 5 players out, 4 shit ones in. Man City are going to go all in this summer.
They're splashing the cash, man. They are splashing the cash because they need a refresh up there. Even though on the surface they're doing what they're doing, they need a refresh because they hadn't really spent money like 3 or 4 years.
I read that out. Since Klopp's been at Liverpool, since the day he took over, we've spent more money than Man City. So what we're doing here? Look at what Man City have won. Look at what we've won. Then you go back to the manager. Oh, but they got Pep. Okay, well on that basis alone, if they've got Pep, go and get someone who can rival him because this guy's not it. Yeah, and they go, oh, but we're in the title race. Okay, cool, we'll win it then.
What you put in the group the other day about what Ancelotti said about youth movement? They were saying why he ain't played youth players, and he's like
He said after the game, the day they won the league, they had to wait until Girona won against Barca, which was obvious. He said after the game, he said, I was hired by Real Madrid to win trophies and matches, not play youth players. Yeah, because they asked him about some of the younger players, and he said, I'm not here to play youth players. I was hired to win trophies and win matches.
You go, what's the best available? What's the best players that can get you over the line? We would call youth project.
I just don't get it, right? That some of these YouTube channels and they make the statement, got to win something this year, must win this year. And then, comes to about February, well, okay, they changed their mind. That is just out of bloody order. And people follow that narrative. And people will go along with that and say, yeah, okay, let's give them another year. No. If you make a statement, you've made that statement and you've recorded that statement online, yeah, stick with it. Because all you're doing is making yourself look a complete prick. It's laughable. It is laughable. I mean, we know who these people are. Yeah, I've been on a show twice with one of them. Yeah, and I said to him, you changed your tune again. You stated start of the season he has to win something, and he hasn't done it. So I'm sorry. Then he has to go.
Yeah.
And the
I
thing
know
is,
you
as well, I've seen a lot of people saying to me in my comment sections on all platforms, saying, "Oh yeah, but this is the most competitive we've been for 20 years."
Bullshit.
What a load of bollocks! That is
It's
factually
absolute rubbish.
incorrect.
It's garbage.
Yeah, the 5 years that this manager nearly has been here, right, 4.5, right. In that time, we've won 1 trophy. The 5 years before he rocks up, we won 2.
Yeah.
But what the problem we have here at this football club and within English football culture is this lot have been hoodwinked into thinking challenging Pep and not winning is better than winning a trophy. Look at Kenny, yeah, when they were standing there, with the other one, his nephew Flex, and he was standing there telling him, "Yeah, we've had a better season than you because we were top of the table and we rivaled Pep."
That's what I was going to talk about. That's what I was going to say. As long as you've got man like that going on his channel and rubbishing the League Cup, and I know for a fact we were at the League Cup final in 2018, and he did a lot of videos before and after, mainly after, and all of those videos are monetized. What was he doing at the League Cup final in 2018 when we got smashed by Man City? What was he there for? It's only a small tournament. Why was he at the Community Shield? Every Community Shield, you virtually trip over him. Why are you there? The problem is that this message, and as long as you have someone like that representing the fan base and having a roster of people that he handpicks and puts on the major channels, we're not going to move forward because everyone knows for a fact if you're a big club, you compete for everything. Why do you think that every season Liverpool talk about quadruple? Because they're all major trophies and it brings success. Ten Hag why do you think Ten Hag's even got some time on his hands in terms of his job? Because he brought success. He brought the League Cup. Now you can slag me off all you like, but the fact is, Sir Alex Ferguson took it seriously in 2009 and 2010 because he won it. He also took it seriously in 2003, but he lost out at Liverpool. Jose Mourinho's first trophy was the League Cup, the same with Pep Guardiola. Now, if it's all right I'd rather listen to Sir Alex Ferguson, Pep Guardiola, and Jurgen Klopp rather than any of you guys. You don't represent the fan base. By all means, keep it your opinions. But like I said, just be careful what you say. The fact is that if we're going to get the squad we need, and we want them to be competitive, and we want 2 players for every position, you have to take every tournament seriously because that's what you have. What's Man City do? Because they can afford it. And don't go, "Oh, we can't do that. Oh, we ain't got the money, FFP. Oh, no, we're not Man City." Well, sell some players then. Sell some players who are on big contracts and reduce your like I said, your FFP worries, and get some new players in, because that's what common sense is, isn't it? Surely, if you've got a big enough squad and you're spending you'll be simply spending beyond your means, well then reducing reducing your squad will help you spend within your means because you'll get money back in. Surely, or am I?
The problem is they're too emotionally or sexually attracted to these players. Look at friends of Aaron. Yeah, Aaron Ramsdale's dad's in the away end every game. Yeah, this lot have got their pants around their ankles so they can get a selfie with him, which is why they didn't want to back Raya. Yeah, and now Raya shut him up because he's won the Golden Glove.
Yeah.
Sorry, 1 second, guys. Sorry, mate. Was it you, Matty, or was it Ola? I think it was you who said, "If you notice, they've stopped panning the cameras in on Ramsdale."
They were zooming in on him all season.
He's won the Golden Glove. They can't play the drama game on Sky Sports and TNT anymore.
Cool. But that's the thing with these people, right? They go from one extreme to another because what's happened right now is that if you sing along to North London Forever, you're proper Arsenal. If your dad goes and watch you play, you're proper Arsenal. If you go up to a kid who has a cardboard board, "Please give me your shirt, sir. Please give me your shirt. Oh, it's going to make my day. It's going to be the bestest day of my life. Please give me a shirt." You're proper Arsenal. If you go on AFTV and sing a few songs and back the club, you're proper Arsenal. That's the thing about our fans, they give legendary status to certain players without any ounce of success. Perez deserves legendary status because he won me things. Brady entertained me and he won things. All right, he won FA Cup. Vieira brought me success. Thierry brought me success. I think he's the greatest player, but you guys think Bergkamp. That's fine. But both of them brought me success. Taylor Seaman brought me success. Lukic brought me success. They're legends. They're the ones I want to see. Aubameyang brought me an FA Cup. Did he bring me the success I want? Maybe, but he's not on that level as these guys. Mesut Ozil won FA Cups. Did he bring me the level of success everyone else? No, but he brought me some sort of success. So I'll give you that. And like I said, brought me success. But when players don't bring me success, they're not legends. They're dispensable.
Yeah, absolute facts. And listen, I find it funny, because, like I said, this comes back to an English football culture, which is why England do nothing every time there's a major tournament, right? Because it's the plucky losers. Clap for the NHS. Clap for what? Clap for what? Clap for what, mate? They're doing the job. They're getting paid to do it. What are you waffling about? Yeah, it's like everything has to be a fairy tale in England and Disneyland. And no, get out of here. The amount of people I've seen over the last couple of months saying, why would you sack somebody who finishes second? Okay, we'll go and ask AC Milan board why they sacked their manager the other day then. Yeah, because they finished second. Yeah. I've got 20 minutes yet. Yeah. Why did they sack their manager? They finished second. As soon as it was mathematically impossible for them to win the league, yeah, he got sacked the next day. Yeah. Xavi is only staying because Barca have fallen off a cliff, right? That's the only reason he's staying. They've begged him to stay. Yeah. Bayern Munich are getting rid of Thomas Tuchel. Right? And then Matty made a good point earlier. All these clubs are going to be out in the market looking for players, right? But not only that, one thing I think these fans of English supported clubs, are forgetting. These players want to win, a lot of them. Yeah, there's players that couldn't care less. They're comfy. But do you think William Saliba is going to stick around for another 2 years, not winning nothing, when Real Madrid can sign him up? Yeah. And it comes back to this as well. Bukayo Saka, star boy. He's had a great season, goals and assist wise. He ain't been brilliant. Yeah, but fair play. He'll probably win player of the season for us again. Yeah, 3 out of the last 4. Yeah, because he's the star boy. He's the face of Arsenal's project under this manager. Right? But let's be real here. If it gets to the point in 2 seasons from now and he ain't won nothing, because let's not forget, he never took part in that cup final. He didn't get off the bench. Yeah, he was an unused sub on that cup final when we won it. Right? So he ain't won nothing. Yes, it's on his CV. He won an FA Cup. He was part of the squad. Cool. Yeah, fantastic. Right, but he's actually going to want to be feeling like he's part of a winning team. Does he really feel part of that if he don't win anything for the next 2 years, which now makes it 6 years? He's going to be looking at wait. He's going to be meeting up with Jude Bellingham, and Phil Foden at England international duty. He's going to be going, yo, what are you doing there, mate? Get out there. You're doing there, all that lot.
You know what's going to happen after when he does that? They're going to call him a Judas, and they'll say he never was world class. That's what they'll say. I know this. This is exactly what they'll do. They'll say he's a Judas. He never really supported the club. He wasn't worth it. He really didn't do much for us anyway. They turn 180. Just like Kenny just said, they'll go from one extreme to another one. They'll go from one extreme to another one. And Lee, I'm telling you, that's exactly what's going to happen. Next season is the biggest season in the modern history of Arsenal Football Club. Because we don't get done next season. That's it. It's a wrap. You can just pretty much go ahead and just start a rebuild, start over. Because we've wasted time after time after time after time. I keep trying to tell people your window for success is very, very, very thin. You have to capitalize when you have the opportunity. Kenny hit it on
that's why I rate Klopp, because even though he's only won 1 title in 9 years, which is the same as Ancelotti at AC Milan, by the way, back in the day, they still nicked other trophies.
Yeah. We got rid of ours, and we just pissed them away. Quite frankly, this year it was probably one of the best years for us to win something outside of the Premier League. You know, a League Cup. We all saw that League Cup final. We all talked about it. I mean, that was a disgrace.
How did Chelsea get to the League Cup final against Liverpool? Why? Because we lost to Liverpool. Yeah, that should have been us in that cup final. Yeah, that should have been us in that cup final.
How did they get to semi-finals? How have Man United in 2 years got to 2 FA Cup finals and a League Cup final? Yeah, I mean, that's the situation. Is that You know, does anyone remember David O'Leary, the Leeds team under David O'Leary from 1998 to up to 2002? That was a good young side. They played some sense. They were very good in Europe. They got, some good young players come through. They were always, finishing them at third or fourth or fifth. Will they win?
Nada. Champions League semi. Woohoo! Lost to Valencia. Yeah, but this is the point, and it's almost like people are scared to sack a manager because he didn't get over the line. Oh, give him another go. Give him another go. Give him another go.
What if we go backwards? What if we go backwards?
Yeah, then what if we go backwards? Yeah, what if we go forwards? I put a tweet out the other night. Yeah, I want to read this out. I'll come to the super chats in a minute, guys. Appreciate you all putting them in. Right, I put this out the other night. Yeah, right. Where is it? And somebody replied to it. I'm going to find it real quick. Yeah, smash these likes up, guys. Where the flipping hell is it? Right, here we go. Ancelotti, 8 trophies in 2.5 seasons. Yeah, right. I retweeted this since returning to Madrid. Yeah, I retweeted this from a Real Madrid account. If your club's manager is telling you winning takes time, then he's lying to you to prolong his own employment. Maybe if some of you idiots understood that, your clubs might be half as successful as Madrid. Right. Now I want to read this other one out as well. Yeah, here we go. Because somebody replied to this. Right. I put. But Super Mick is in phase 4 and is 11 trophies behind whilst managing 50 games less than Ancelotti in 2 stints at Real Madrid. Ancelotti is now the most successful manager in Madrid's history. He's overtaken Zidane by 1 trophy, 12 trophies in 286 games, yeah? Some idiot, and he is an idiot, who's got a season ticket for 32 years, apparently. Yeah, gold member, season ticket holder, 32 years and counting. Yeah, has put... Unbelievable waffle. You must be starving. Sorry, mate. Last time I checked, factual information is factual information, no matter how many times you idiots keep telling me it's a lie. Yeah? Ancelotti has managed about 50 games more in 2 stints at Madrid than Mikel Arteta has at Arsenal. He's won 12 trophies. This fucker's won 1. Yeah? What's the difference? Oh, yeah. Mentality, because we've outspent that lot since 2008, by the way. Outspent Real Madrid since 2008, but we can't compete, apparently. So how comes they keep winning? Then you get, but it's a Farmers League. How comes they keep winning the European Cup then? Because I thought that was the best of the best with all the world-class players you can attract in it. Yeah, round and around and around we go. Only in English football clubs do you get this low standards, bullshit, fairy tales, storylines, but who could do better? Yeah, I've seen people in my comments in the last week or so telling me they would not swap anybody, including Pep, for Arteta. What are you waffling about?
Yeah, but
let's hope he don't drop down dead today. God forbid he drops down dead today, because otherwise we're fucked, lads. We're going to have to shut the club.
It's all about being.
Sorry, Kenny. Yeah, when we were getting rid of Emery, I said this the other day. You tell me if they put a poll out, Arsenal, who do you want as the next manager? How many people would have gone? Oh, we want Arteta.
None.
Bullshit.
None.
Nobody would have done. Nobody would have done.
He came out of nobody's mouths when it was time to go look for a manager. His name never came up.
Thanks.
It's funny you say that, because I actually remember after we lost to Man City, I think it was I remember before the Man City game, Claude actually phoned me one time and said, Ken, I've got some really bad news for you. And I said, please, Claude. Let me be the judge of that. He said, Ken, I've heard it on good authority. He actually got it from he actually heard it from within AFTV that Arteta's going to get the job. And as soon as my face just fell to the ground, and then all of a sudden we got smashed by Man City, and then the day afterwards, I picked up and I went online. I could see that wanker Vinay and the other wanker. Another wanker, Edu, outside Arteta's mansion in Manchester.
Arteta's house at about 3 a.m, yeah.
Manchester. And I just went, that's it. And then I put a tweet out. Is that it? What? Is that it to take us through?
That tells you all you need to know about our fan base.
Lee, do you remember the abuse me and you got because we said, what? That? Yeah. And we were accused of not backing the club. How dare you lot?
You rat.
How dare you lot? We wanted Wenger sacked. because we thought we wanted to get managers like Pep and big names. We got that, and then all of a sudden you had everyone backing him university. I was astonished that they're backing him.
But Kenny, do you know what the maddest thing about that Arteta signing was? The fact that most people, not all, but most people didn't say fuck all, and they all got on board with it. When this guy had never managed a football team in his life, that right there tells you everything you need to know about this fan base en masse and this football club. The fact that they felt so confident they could sign a rookie, because he sat next to Pep, knowing nobody would say shit.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, let's get it right. The club tried to give him the job after Arsene got sacked. Let's not forget, he put his name in the running, and Muno Emery, with his attention to detail, just picked him. I had actually a good discussion with someone I've got a lot of time for, someone as well. And he says, well, surely, if he's managing Arsenal, you've got to back him because he plays for Arsenal. I said, he played for Arsenal, and you've got to get behind the manager as soon as he gets a job. And I said to them, well, what were you complaining for then? Why did a lot of you guys finally came to a conclusion that Wenger's had his time? Did you come to the same conclusion because it's such a mess and that we're going to have a long rebuilding process? Or did you come to the conclusion that Wenger's had his time because you thought and you expect a big name? Let's not forget, Unai Emery was recruited because he got big jobs. He got a big job in PSG. He won the league of PSG, regardless of what these idiots were telling you. He did win the league of PSG. First season he didn't.
The 4-0 lead. Who cares?
And then he won those Europa Leagues in Spain. Unfortunately, he was a high profit because we had. I'm sorry to say it because I know you respect those players, but these are idiots that I will never forgive for screwing over Unai Emery. Aubameyang, Lacazette, Guendouzi, and Mesut Ozil. Never forgive them. Because as far as I'm concerned, those three of those four idiots cost me the Europa League. Because that was his tournament. And those three idiots were not trying. I don't care what anyone says. So I can get stuffed. I was never after that. They sold us down the river, and yet people were talking about Aubameyang and want to be mates with that. And Lacazette. Do me a favour.
Do you know what it is as well? The fact that nobody really batted an eyelid when this rookie who sat next to Pep for 4 years, never managed a club, nobody really batted an eyelid. They just all went, oh, we've got a super Mick. They've all been sucked into the PR. And then the fact, that all of the PR, you've got that Charles Watts. What a weird cunt he is. I don't care if that's just being
I actually saw him. I actually saw him on Saturday.
Tell him I think he knows what I think of him.
No, I didn't. The
next time you see him, tell him exactly what time it is about Arteta's
revolution.
I've written a book about Arteta's revolution. Shut up! What revolution? One trophy, 17 prat.
I'll tell you one thing, right? He actually looks exactly like as he does on them.
He looks exactly how I expect a puppet journalist to look. Tapped. He stopped for a drink. I didn't sit with him. I made sure there was a room full of people. He's on the payroll indirectly, that guy. How can you write a book about Arteta after winning nothing?
But that's the thing. Sir Alex Ferguson has created a monster where if you want to get gigs, you do as you're told. For instance, that's the thing. Managers nowadays hold the press, but to account. You can't insult a Premiership manager and expect to get invites to the club. Sir Alex Ferguson set a precedent, which means all the journalists who come interview Arteta are not going to ask him difficult questions. They're not going to ask what
because this football club have also caught on to the fact that if you get the mainstream in your back pocket, you can control masses, which is why they keep rolling out retro merch.
You don't have to get the mainstream in the back pocket. The reason why the mainstream are afraid is because these and I say it, new media are cheap and cheerful. You look at it now. You the transfer show on Sky. You're going to have people from within new media. You're not going to get journalists because a journalist of his ilk, like John Cross or Oliver Holt, if they go on that transfer thing, they're going to say Sky $2,000 per show
all day long. You'll get Flex Robbie's nephew on there for free.
Yeah. So if you want to book like the people from new media. All you've got to do is offer them £100 a best.
No, they do it for free, Jimmy. I swear down, they do it for free. They show hard.
Even so, all those people from new media And now, you know, when Sky sacked all those people like Bianca Westwood from reporting from the ground, all those lot from new media are now doing it. Those people from new media are now interviewing Klopp or viewing a low league player. So they're cheap and cheerful. So you've got the mainstream in your pocket, because they now know that if they want to keep on earning their like I said, their big monies and big appearance monies, they've got to behave themselves, because they know these up and coming journalists from new media are cheap and cheerful.
Yeah,
they do it for virtually nothing.
No, that's true. It's big up to everyone locked in. I'm going to get these super chats. I've got to be at the barbers in about 5-10 minutes. This show has been lit. The other thing I'll say as well, very quickly, when we announced the day we handed, in fact, it was 2 days before we handed Man City the title last season, after we'd already bottled it anyway. And we sat there in a press conference, and our manager said, "Oh yes, we bought a club dog." "Oh really, Mikel?" Yeah, let me just choke on that. Yeah, well, what's the dog called, Mikel? "Oh, her name is Win." And not one of them dickheads sat in that fucking press conference and said, "But you haven't won anything, mate. And you've bought a dog and called it Win." He was laughing in our faces. And this fan base en masse here sat there, "Oh, can we see pictures of her?" Fucking weird people, mate. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's a Ponzi scheme in this football club. It's an absolute disgrace.
They're laughing at it.
Is that what he sat in that Forest press conference and said we bought a dog called Win when he was about to bottle the title the next game?
Yeah.
And we lost the Forest 1-0, City won the league.
George Allison, who actually won stuff, proper art. Yeah. He bought a dog for the Arsenal team. So I think that's where old stupid prick Arteta got the idea from. Oh, let's buy a dog, deflect it, you know, and all this bullshit, man. Christ almighty. Winds me up. You won't believe.
All right, let me grab these super. Smash these likes up, guys. We're going to redirect to rants because that's how we're rolling this year. Me, Rants, and Saeed, Bosh, and Jez, of course. I'm with Jez on Wednesday. And Matty and Kenny, if you're both there. But we'll get to that in a bit.
I'll be there. I'll be there.
He says, "Me as a realistic Spurs fan." A realistic Spurs fan, they're hard to find, mate. No wonder you're in my chat and not the other Spurs fans' chats. Big up to you, Mark. As a realistic Spurs fan, but why is a big Arsenal fan channel saying we need to put pressure on when under Poch they mocked Spurs for it? Because unfortunately, mate, they can't say, well, we're better than Spurs for when they did it. So here's another thing I want to say as well, right? When Poch put the pressure on, right, he actually got to a Champions League final. He actually finished 4 points behind Conte, who, by the way, did record-breaking wins that season. Yeah, 30 wins in the Premier League. Not only that, he had a younger squad, Pochettino, than any squad Arteta's managed since he's been here. But it's okay because it's Super Mick and we can gnaw him off because he's got Lego hair and we fancy him. Fucking wankers. I hate this fan base, mate. Can't stand them. Yeah, they're the biggest single problem as to why this club has gone 20 years. Yeah, single biggest problem. Yeah, because they deflect, they laugh, and they take the piss out of other clubs whilst we win nothing. Yeah, and then when we win something, it's the greatest achievement in the world. Whatever, mate. If we had won a League Cup, this fan base would be on their knees after saying last season when United won it, it's better to finish second. Do you know what I mean? They're full of shit. When we won the last FA Cup, Chelsea got top 4, and we done Lampard in the final. If it had been the other way round, we're back in the Champions League. We've won the FA Cup enough times, lads. You have that. Yeah, round and round and round we go. Yeah, pathetic. Can't stand him. Yeah, let's hope this manager don't keel over and have a heart attack or something. God forbid he don't. Yeah, but if he leaves this football club, yeah, this fan base can fuck off with him. Yeah, and the next manager, Kenny, we've seen this at games, yeah, they will not back the next manager. Yeah, because it ain't Super Mick Arteta, the same as they fucking did the same when Wenger got back.
The only way they'll back the next manager is Mick Arteta leaves of their own accord, and that's the thing.
Son as the manager or Win the dog.
No, yeah, because the thing they'll be waiting for it to fail. But the fact is, Mikel, right? Yeah, he's led some really good foundations, but he is now beholden to winning the trophy. He has to do it next season, or he's got to look at himself. He's got no excuses.
Yeah, but that's what everyone said last season, Kenny. And then at the end of next season, we'll go another season. Then before we know, it's 10 years, and it's longer than Wenger went.
Yeah, but the thing is, as long as he's here, as long as the club keep him here, that's all we're going to be reduced to.
No,
But
true. But I need to rifle through these real quick. I need to get to this barber's to get this off and get a haircut. And I am late, literally. Big up to Luke, man. Arteta's just another poch at Spurs. Play nice football when there's no pressure, but can't get over the line. We need somebody to get the job done. Fact. Bring us in our Jose. Bring us in our Klopp. Yeah. Bring us in our Pep. Yeah. Bring us in somebody. Yeah. Girona's manager. Go and get him. Bring the left back. Yeah, and bring the striker and bring the geezer who scored the volley the other day, Porto, bad boy. Bring all three of them and that manager. Big up to you, Luke. Big up to Anthony Burton. Lee in American college football. I'm an Alabama fan. Hey, I'm from Alabama. Is that a good Alabama accent? Has won 19 national championships and over 30 Southeastern Conference championships. Guess what happens if you lose at Alabama? Your ass gets fired.
You out of there, bro.
Real quick, there you go. Because the standards have been set. Unfortunately, it's all about this in England. It's all about the PR. It's all about the brown envelope matrix. Big up for that, mate. Appreciate it. Big up to Gav C as well. Got to accept he's Brendan Rodgers and get a Klopp. There you go. Spot on, bro. Big up to Unique as well. Panel, the problem with our fan is the fan base who do not have an elite mentality like we do. Plus, the value of winning trophies is decreased. You can earn more by finishing second, third, or fourth, and even getting relegated. That is disgusting. Fact. You have to win 47 FA Cups on the spin to get paid what the team who finishes bottom this season are getting paid for getting relegated. Yeah? How's that even? How? That's a trophy. You finished bottom, 100 goals conceded. They should get nothing. In fact, they should give their money back for getting promoted. Yeah? Fucking watch how quick these teams start winning. Yeah, it's pathetic, man. It pisses me off. Big up to you, Unique. Big up LD as well. Lee, in my opinion, Arteta's not the manager to get us over the line. But listen, he may still get us over the line, and this stream would have been all for nothing. Yeah. However, it ain't happening. To get us over the edge, and I would say sack him now before we lose our top quality players. Big up the panel. Yep, I agree. If he don't win the league, mate, I want him gone. As soon as we can't win the league, sack. I want to see breaking news. Big up to Blazer as well. He says, Lee did say chicken out. Now, me and Say played 3 games last night, but I'm going to do something going down the road further forward. But yeah, he done me twice and I beat him. As soon as he switched to Man United and I went Man City, I beat him. He got a red card real quick as well. But yeah, he done me twice before that. But we will be getting some games online soon, mate, definitely. Big up to Football Wine Gums. Lee, last season, you said you would back Arteta if he was in a title race. Oh, no, I told him I was going to be late. No, I told him on the phone I was going to be late. I'm late for everything. You said last season you'd back him if he was in a title race. It's 2 now. Arteta will win the Prem soon. Well, how soon, bro? I was Arteta out, but it's okay to admit when wrong. Arteta proved us all wrong. Admit it, right? Let me give you a quick education real quick, my friend. And thanks for your super chat. The aim of elite sport, the predefined metric of elite football is trophies, not finishing second without one. Doesn't matter what you say, doesn't matter what Kenny, Jez, myself, or anybody else in the chat says. The predefined metric for success in football is a trophy. It's been there since we were all floating around in our old man sacks, and before that, and before that, and before that. Yeah, so let's just have it right here. Finishing second, yeah, has not proved me wrong. Winning trophies proves me wrong. Yeah, we don't need any irrelevant waffle, because there's a reason only one team gets a trophy for winning the league and the rest don't. Unless you're in the championship, and then you get one for second and one for winning the playoffs, which is a load of fucking bollocks anyway. Anyway, thanks for your super chat. Big up to Gun Down UK. I said in my pre-season show that Arteta had to win a trophy or leave. All but one of the group chat I am on have said he deserves to stay. Get out the group chat, bruv. Block them all. They're losers. Yeah, they'll bring you down. They'll bring you down in life. If that's the standards they've got for their football club, what's the standards in their life? Yeah, real talk. It's true. Oh, it doesn't matter. Now imagine their bird goes out and knobs someone else, gets knobbed by someone else, yeah? Oh, it don't matter. It's for phase 2 of the process. Get out of it. I bought a dog called Win to win her back. Fuck off, man. I'm sick to death of this shit. Yeah, come on. They're lowering the expectations of our once great club. But we are going to wrap this up. We're going to redirect to rants and bants. I'll be back for a watch-along. We're going to watch QPR. We're going to watch Crystal Palace beat Man United. Always a pleasure, my friend. We're going to see rants and side like this later. Joe, it's always a pleasure, mate. What you got coming up, bro?
Wednesday night, 6 o'clock with you guys, and Northside will be joining us as well. So that'll be a great show.
Kenny, always a pleasure, mate. What you got coming up?
Well, what I've got coming up, I'm going to watch like the Crystal Palace Man United game because they're going to have ref cam, so I want to see that new invention. And obviously, I'm going to be with Jez on Wednesday, and we'll say it from there. But as I said before, I'm still enjoying this football season. Still a football fan. You know, I'll be watching the FA Cup final, the conference, Europa Conference final, Europa League final, and the Champions League final, and I'll be watching the Euros. You know, I'll be gutted and absolutely devastated if we don't win the league, but I'll be sharpening my refreshing my batteries because I've got a lot of football to watch before the end of this, before the new season. So I'm gonna have to do that. That's what I'm gonna be. I'm good.
No, nice one, mate. All the links are pinned in the comments, by the way. Top comment. Matty, always a pleasure, mate. What you got coming up, bro?
Yep, recorded the podcast last night on the channel, Southern Gooner here on YouTube. Go check it out. And on Wednesday, I will be rolling over there to join you all as we prepare for the big matchup this weekend. And I'll be sitting around cleaning up today, watching United and
yeah, man.
Palace.
We will be there for the Palace Daggers. But listen, I'm going to have to bounce. I'm 6 minutes late for me haircut. So we're out of here, lads. Appreciate you all.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, guys.
Rants, Lee Raid and all of that. And big up to everyone locked in, man. We're out. Later.
Cheers.
Take care.